Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Travis and that's my dad. His name is Rick.
That's me.
We're out here in the middle of nowhere in a town called Wilcox, kind of on the outskirts. We're here to pick up this 69 Chevy truck, or what's left of it. It was in a fire, but it does have an engine in it. I don't know what engines these came with from the factory. Is this
250?
Yeah, 250. So it's got a 4-speed manual. We got
it's a peach.
What?
It's a peach.
Yeah.
It's a nice one. Not really.
It's a short bed, which is good. Patina on this is great. I just wish the truck wasn't so beat up because it looks so good.
She's a ruffian.
Yeah. So the guy, John, whose property we're at, he's liquidating everything because he's kind of getting older and he wants out of everything. So he's got all these projects for sale.
Is this one a project? Would you consider this one a project?
I consider it a little worse than a project. I would say it's an undertaking.
Yeah. It's a 69 half-ton short bed.
It's got an advanced design pickup here for sale. Most of them are big trucks that were used for like heavy work. Like this truck next to the 69 and the one to the left was from a ranch, La Sierra Ranch down in Green Valley. He's got a bunch of 55-gallon drums here. He's got stuff turned over on its side, all that stuff. I got another truck on the trailer that's part of another video. He's a scrapper, so he's got piles of stuff everywhere, but some of these complete trucks he's trying to sell. He doesn't have titles for most of them. Chevys, he's got like a Ford panel truck, what's left of a 40s Rio. And this is pretty cool. This is a 40s Chevy, 1.5 or 2 ton, and it's got the 216 in it. So yeah, it's a good looking truck. Probably good for a swap, like a body swap into something.
Oh, that was a compressor.
We asked him about this, and this is like a homemade compressor. It's not locked up. Hear it? This thing is crazy. They use the engine of the car to run a belt for the compressor, and there's the tank. Look at that big boiler. That's boilerplate. I mean, how much PSI can that hold? 400, 500, 1,000? I don't even know.
A lot.
If that thing ever exploded, you've got major problems. But it's pretty neat, actually. It's a piece of I mean, that's a museum piece. That is a homemade museum piece. That is really neat. That is some serious girth. Pretty wicked. He's also got this Caterpillar grader, which I think is pretty neat. Diesel Creek would like this. Matt, over there at Diesel Creek. This is pretty cool. I think he's had stuff like this on his channel before. This is right up his alley. He'd probably like how rust-free and clean it is from the desert. Oh yeah. There's your injection pump. Fuel gauge. Wow. I'm guessing that's the pony motor. It's got a starter here for and then a pony motor. Oh, look, it's got like a newish looking spark plug in there, like someone was trying to work on it. I don't know if this thing runs or not, but I love old American-made equipment. There's all your operator sticks, steering wheel. Pretty cool. What is this? Oh, it's a heater. That's funny. So either way, we got the guy paid up for this whopping $150. We're gonna put it on the trailer and get it home and get it underneath the shop, and we'll see if it runs. We'll see what's going on with the engine. So we got the 69 Chevy C10 back at the house. We're about to put it under the shop and start working on it. But make sure you stick around to the end of the video because, as most of you know, I recently became a new father, Emily a new mother. We had our first child, daughter, Novalee, on April 7th. And secondly, I want to give you guys updates on all the projects and the cars that you've seen in previous videos and what's going on with them. And so those two updates will be after we get the 69 situated. So we successfully got the 69 Chevy half-ton short box back home from Wilcox and in the shop, where it's very important now that it's getting warm in Arizona. It's 99 degrees today and it's April 9th?
Yeah.
Touching 100. We probably haven't bought a vehicle this rough in quite a while.
Since last week.
It's been a little bit worse than neglected. It's been abused, and it was actually in a fire. I think I said that while we were still in Wilcox. You can see the grill up front is burned, torched, dripping down. All the wiring up in here has got frayed and it's black. The vents up here are burnt and some of the body panels are missing. We don't have a hood. We don't have any of the glass. The doors are gone. We got some rust in the floors. We got some rust in the rockers. Actually, this rocker is caved completely in. We don't think this truck has ran in at least 40 years. We're not 100% sure, but probably 40 years.
Say about 40. It's been sitting for about 40 years.
Did he tell us that?
Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is I know everybody's going to say, you know, it's a piece of junk, but it is a 69 half-ton short bed, and it was going to be crushed. All this stuff's getting cleared out. I mean, a front clip and 2 doors, and all of a sudden it'll start looking like something.
Something to consider is that a lot of people will turn these versions of trucks that are long beds into short beds. They'll cut the frame, they'll cut the bed, they'll do all sorts of things to bring it shorter. But actually, since this is already a short bed from the factory, all that work, I guess, is done for you.
Yeah.
And all the other stuff, doors, hood, grill, that's all for regular Chevy stuff. So this truck would be worth like putting money into. What we want to do is we want to see if this runs. That's our goal. I shook the crank while we were there and it didn't seem locked up, but I couldn't turn it, you know, full 360. So
It's been sitting with the hood off of it and the engine open, so
on top of that, the oil cap is gone on top of the valve cover. So wide open. Oh, there was no air cleaner in it. That's not good. As if it wasn't bad enough. That's really not good.
little Mises have been up in there. Oh man, is it down in the carburetor?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the choke was closed. All right. Full?
No, it's pretty clean down past the choke. You got lucky. You got lucky.
Man, she was burning clean. She's gonna be a
Is it gonna run good?
It's gonna run just like a truck that's been setting out for 40 years. It's a 6-cylinder. They're tough.
I'm gonna take that valve cover off. I just want to see what it looks like down there.
Well, it might be wise to take it off because I think I looked down in there. I seen some.
Ice mouse stuff.
Yeah, it might be wise to go ahead and just take it off and vacuum it. There's no sense in getting that stuff down in the motor.
So I always keep a concoction of a mix of Marvel Mystery Oil, acetone, and diesel. Dad's pouring it down the cylinders, and I'm going to take the valve cover off just so we can see what's in there.
Give it.
Fill them all?
Yeah, I didn't fill them all the way up. I just needs a little bit because it's got to have some water in it. I know it does. I mean, if it's been sitting there open with no hood on it for 40 years, I mean, come on. Try not to tear that gasket. Oh, cool.
Wasn't that tight?
Good. There you go.
Not that bad.
No. Wow.
Well, actually, this is what saved it. They couldn't get in there.
Wow.
That's what saved it. The mice couldn't actually get down in the valve. They could get through this hole, but because this baffle was in there, they couldn't actually run around in here. That stopped them. Wow, that's smart. GM had no idea how smart that was. They did that.
That was pure accident.
That just proves why GM's the best. They just did stuff like that.
Yeah, sorry about that. I am going to go ahead and pull that drain plug and see if there's water in there.
Dad put brake fluid in the reservoir, and I was wondering what in the world this leak is. They cut the brake line, and you're leaking brake fluid out.
What?
Was that my nice brake fluid? Gosh dang it.
Here.
The friggin' oil pan's caved in.
How far?
Friggin' oil pan's caved in. Got a giant dent in it, like somebody ran over some train tracks. It's just oil.
There's no water?
No, no water.
I don't understand that. I don't know how that could be. That's impossible.
Yeah, it's just oil, and it seems like it's pretty low. It's already thinning out. I just took the plug out. I mean, it's not even like filling the bottom of the pan. Dad's pouring Marvel on each one of the rockers, because if it does turn over, it's not going to get oil to the top for a minute. I want to help lubricate it out.
Check the points, clean them up.
A little cobwebby, but made in USA.
Spider was in there, but the points look good.
It's 4 quarts. I don't know how much these old 6s take.
5.
5.
Full?
I know. It's getting some of that stuff you poured in the cylinders.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're good then.
Yeah, that's why it's over full and it's kind of thin.
We're gonna need to at least try to spin it. Probably have to pull the top off of it. Wish it would just work. There. Now it's starting to come out. Come out.
What's it hooked on? Oh, finally. God.
Should be able to free spin it.
Oh, we're still in gear. Oh, I felt something.
There it is. No?
No. Well, the truck shifted. I thought we might have had it. After fighting with this for way too long, it must have got water down in the top. We finally got it in neutral because you can see like this gear right here is not moving and the clutch is not pushed in. So it's freewheeling now, which is exactly what we wanted. It was stuck, really stuck. We had to get it out of gear. Now we got the top shift forks in the vise, and we're seeing if we can unstick them. We got the, Well, I felt something.
Yeah. Okay, so that one's moving. All right.
Actually, let's.
You should be able to, just like a shift pattern, you know, you should be able to. Okay. That one tried to move. Here, let me spray it down before you move it back. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. All right.
There.
There it went. But that's only 2 of the gears.
It's still a little rough.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, it should get better once we keep working it back and forth. See if you can, like, find another gear and move it.
After fighting with this transmission for way too long, we got it to kind of shift. So it's not stuck anymore. It's a little bit like grindy, you know, choppy, but at least we can get it to go into neutral, and that's really what we wanted. So at least it's free now, so we can get back to the engine. What we need to do now is we need to get a battery in this thing. We don't have the positive or the negative cables. The positive cable's off the starter, and I can't see a negative cable anywhere, so we'll have to get a battery, and I think I have a couple of old cables we can use. So this is like an engine wiring harness off of a 2nd gen Cummins, and I always save these cables. So this we can probably use as our negative. And then this is pretty long. We can probably use this as our positive. And then around here, I always keep a couple of old batteries, and just for such an occasion. These obviously aren't the right size, but I'll try this one. Okay. Ready?
Yeah. The runner.
It's got compression. So at first the engine wouldn't crank, and Dad had to mess with the transmission inside a little bit more. We finally got it to a point where the engine will crank with the top on the transmission. The transmission was definitely the problem. Obviously we have compression on all the cylinders, so what Dad's doing now is he's cleaning the spark plugs and he's gapping them correctly, and I'm going to set the valve cover on because as I was cranking it, it friggin' shot oil out of one of the rocker holes. It got all the way on my GMC, so if it's going to run, I don't want it spewing oil everywhere, so I'm going to put the cover back on it. So I cleaned the points, cleaned the rotor, wire wheeled the inside of the cap. Dad put the plug wires on. I had an extra set of plug wires that I didn't use on that 55 Pontiac, so we were able to put those on. Got the valve cover on. We have the fuel line kind of wrapped around this way up to a gravity feeder. It's actually the first time I'm using a gravity feeder. Figured it was easier than whipping out the tank and an electric fuel pump and all that. So we'll see how the gravity feed works. Got the choke open. We're about to test for spark right now. I hear it.
Yeah, it's popping.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna open up the lever.
Open her up. Hopefully she don't start flooding.
I don't see the level going down.
She got any gas in it.
Floats are stuck. Something's stuck.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that we, if that's the float hole in or not.
So we're just pouring gas and some Marvel down the vent hole to see if we can get the accelerator pump to start working, because sometimes if you soften the seal, it'll come back around.
Coil wire still hooked up.
Lost spark. We had spark and then we lost it, so we had to investigate and see why. I know we're getting power to the coil, so I took the distributor cap off to see if the points were opening and shutting, if the points are clean, if they're just staying open. Sometimes they're just adjusted wrong to where they never close, so you just got to go through the checklist. So I did clean off the points originally, but sometimes they're still dirty and I wasn't getting spark, but I filed them instead of sanding them, and now we're getting killer spark, so it should be good. All right.
She's a runner.
Yeah.
We can get that carburetor to start carbureting.
Perfect. Yeah, that was good. It'll run.
It's a good running motor. Sounds good.
Not getting through the carb because the floats are full. There you go. So the good news is the engine will run, but the bad news is the engine won't stay running unless we fill the bowl up from the vent tube, or I keep spraying brake clean down the yap of the carburetor. So what I want to do, just to hear this thing run on its own, I want to take the carburetor off, clean the inside of it out, put it back on, and at least the goal is to get it to idle on its own without like external help or constantly filling it. So let's take the carburetor off and give it a little clean out. I have the carburetor all apart. I have all the pieces on the bench here on a rag. You can see down in the bowl there's some gunk. So I'm just gonna brake clean this. I took the jet out right here. So I'm gonna spray this out, This is where the accelerator pump goes. I'm gonna try and clean all this out so that we can pull fuel. Sorry, there's an air plate up above me. Hopefully we did something by cleaning that out. Sometimes these old carburetors are sort of a crapshoot. I would say the most durable carburetors of the day, besides the Quadrajets, which me and Dad are a fan of, which is what the Edelbrock is based off of, is the Quadrajet. I think these old single barrels are the toughest carburetors. They just seem to work. You know, I think it's because they're so simple. When you have a 4-barrel carburetor, you just have more stuff to go wrong. You got more jets, you have more internal moving parts in the carburetor that get stuck, that get plugged, that don't want to move right. It's just more of an in-depth job. And even when we've rebuilt 4-barrels before, and they just don't want to work sometimes. Sometimes they'll work beautifully, and then sometimes they just give you trouble and they just don't quit. But single-barrel carbs, they're just so simple on the inside that there's not a lot that goes wrong, and they just tend to work. But this one isn't for some reason. It's been giving us problems. It won't run on its own, so I'm hoping this will fix it. There wasn't really anything plugged up inside, so I'm kind of around the back putting the throttle linkage back on. And we're not going to have any accelerator pump action, I can tell you that, because the accelerator pump, the little rubber, is hard. I mean, no play at all. Now we got to hook our fuel up. Got to use a vice grip because the line nut is totally rounded off. Okay, should be ready for fuel. All right, we got our gas can, fuel pump, battery hooked up. Let's see if we can start the fuel pump. Would help if I had the flow in the right direction. Maybe that was the problem all along. Let's not tell Dad that. There we go. Let's see if it'll start on its own. no matter what I was doing, I wasn't getting it to light off, you know, choking it, brake clean, all that. I know it's got spark, fuel, and compression, so I thought maybe the plugs might be fouled out at this point. We've been dumping a lot of fluid, liquid, all that in there. So the plugs were pretty wet, so I wire wheeled them, got them clean, got them dry, put them back in one at a time to give ourselves a clean slate again. Spark plugs were pretty fouled out, so finally. No.
Sounds like she got a little bit of fish hot water.
That is better. That's what I wanted to hear. On its own. Whatever, I consider that a run. It ran on its own.
Let's let it run a little bit longer.
Huh?
Let's verify.
Go ahead.
Ready? Is this the one?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. There we go. It doesn't run real good, but it runs.
It needs a carburetor rebuilt. Never did get that accelerator pump to work.
No, it's hard as a brick bat. It's never going to work.
Yeah. Oh well. Did you adjust this or no?
No.
Let's just see if she's. Let's see if that helps.
There you go.
Makes me happy.
Man, that's better. I wanted to hear it idle on its own.
Yeah. You got a little bit of a miss to it this one.
Yeah, there we go, there we go. Cool. Well, as for the 69 Chevy C10 half-ton short bed goes, we did what we wanted to do to it. We got it to run. I wanted to hear it run on its own, and we did that. The truck needs a lot of work, and typically at the end, you know, when we get it running, we try to drive it, like the will it run and drive part, but this thing is so far from being roadworthy and so far from even being drivable. We can't even drive it around the yard. The engine runs, but the transmission is like always in gear. The transmission is not working correctly. We're not getting reverse. I had to jack the back of it up because I can't get it out of gear even when the transmission feels like it's out of gear. And there was no water in the engine, but there was tons of water in the transmission. We got a pan of it right here. There was actually more water in it than there was oil. So the transmission's kind of rusty on the inside, so we can't shift it. There's no brakes. The brake lines are cut at the wheels, so you know there's no.
And the steering's busted off at the.
Yeah, and the steering rag joint is completely disintegrated and busted off where the where the steering column shaft meets up with the steering box. I mean, so the steering wheel's not even connected to the steering box. So there's no way to steer it, there's no way to stop it, and there's no way to shift it. The only thing we have is a viable engine. That's literally it. So our buddy Jake, who's a family friend of ours, he wanted to buy it, so we sold it to him, and then he's going to pick it up and he's going to like take it to another level. He wants it because it's a short bed, obviously. That's why everybody would want it. But we did what we always set out to do, you know, save these vehicles from either the scrapper or from just abandonment. And
No, this one was going to the scrapper.
yeah. Well, he was a scrapper, so this was in his scrap yard. You know, this was going to go to the scrapper if nobody bought it. So, you know, it being in a fire and being ready to scrap and no title and no body panels or anything like that, I mean, we saved it and we got it to run, and it's going to live on, you know, it's going to live on, which is what we do on the channel. That's what we do here. This was a successful mission. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I'm happy. I'm happy. I mean, it needs a lot of work. You put a front clip on it, doors, do all that, do some more work, a little bit. You know what? It'll be just fine. It'll be a nice truck. It looks bad now. But you got to have a vision.
Yeah, you gotta have vision. Yeah, well, with
maybe a big vision, but you got to have vision.
Yeah, when you undertake any of these old cars, that's the name of the game. You got to have a vision, man. You have to be able to see the end. You know, it's a labor of love. That's why they call it a labor of love. You know, but you heard Dad. He said he was happy, so that means you guys should be happy. So my buddy Jake and his dad are here. They're here to pick up the 69. So wait, what are you guys gonna do with it? Are you gonna use it for the bed, or?
It might turn into a truck and just leave it the way it is.
Yeah.
I haven't really decided yet. We'll keep it out of the scrapyard though.
Yeah.
Might be in gear.
Oh yeah. The steering doesn't work. And it doesn't go out of gear. Unless you hit the clutch, you gotta hold the clutch in. The rag joint's busted.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Oh gosh. Yeah, this wheel looked a little iffy, but it's all right.
We're gonna have to put it over. Hold on. Okay.
You want me to straighten it out?
Yeah.
This way or?
I think this way.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you got it. Up.
Okay. Parking brakes on.
So now I'm going to give you guys updates on past projects that have been on the channel, and then I'll get Emily out here and show you guys the baby. So the 31 Model A that was sitting underneath the carport, I sold it, and now the 55 Pontiac is under the carport because I'm driving it and enjoying it. There's no more videos on this. It's just being enjoyed. I've been putzing it around. I've been super happy with this car. I really, really love this car. And this is the Fly and Drive from San Antonio. Still runs, it drives, it stops. It's just sounds good. The 64 Chrysler New Yorker that I just did a video on like 1 or 2 back. I asked you guys if you wanted a road trip video in it. Everybody said yes, obviously. So we are doing a road trip in it. I bought a few cars across the country that I'm doing fly and drives on, and we're gonna drive this car to one of the fly and drive trucks in Kansas City. So that's like 1,400 miles. So this one's going to be a future road trip video here coming up in the next month or so. I finally have the 650 horsepower Cummins build body. Yes. So I'll show you a picture of what it was like before I took it apart. This is a 1950s Rio big rig. So this is the body that's going to be on that Cummins build. So this thing was a real big rig, had air brakes and everything. Look at the cab, the way it's rounded. So cool. It's like a Mack truck out of the 50s, but an REO. So yeah, the gold Comet Rio V8, but we're putting an inline 6 in it. That's okay. This truck is pending pickup by my buddy Jake. This is a Apache. This is a subscriber's vehicle that I'm actually going to be getting roadworthy in an episode upcoming, and then he's going to pick it up once I'm done. I ordered parts for it. You see tires right there. This is a really cool truck. We'll get this one roadworthy, and then he'll pick that up. This is a Cummins that I bought for a parts truck because there's a hole in the block. You know, coming across diesel parts for these 5.9s is few and far between and expensive. If you need injection lines, where do you get those? Those are expensive. Turbos are expensive. Exhausts are expensive. Engine parts are expensive. Any nook and cranny thing for these trucks. Even if sometimes you get them and they don't have the oil pickup or the oil fill tube. All the wiring, all the engine wiring, the brakes, the master cylinder. But the reason I bought it for cheap is because there is a hole in the block through a rod. I have the injection pump off already. I have it in a box. I sent it off to have it checked to make sure it was good, because obviously I can't run the truck to know. So I've got a good P7100 pump for a future fly and drive that I have planned that I can't tell you guys much about. This is the 650 horsepower Cummins build that is sitting here waiting for the REO Speedwagon. We're going to call it the REO Speedwagon, I think. That's my tractor. That's not for sale. It's my trailer. It's not for sale. And then this is a future video too. This truck right here I bought because a gentleman was going to fix a tappet cover leak behind the injection pump. You have to take the pump off to get to the tappet cover that covers the push rods. And he took the injection pump off. It was just laying in the engine bay, and he never put the pump on, and he never fixed the leak because he had health problems. So I put the injection pump on. This video is like halfway done, basically. So this one is a 5.9 pump Cummins with the NV 4500 Manuel. So this truck's pretty cool. And then this is the 76 C10 that we did a video on. Since then, Dad's been working on the interior. So the glass rattled really bad when you shut the door. So he put new weather stripping in the door. Had to take the glass out to do that. So the doors, when they shut, they don't make any noise. So this is the channeling and stuff that goes around it. This felt. So he put that in, and new rubber here. So the glass is in there nice and sturdy, and it doesn't bang. He took the door panels off, and he painted the door panels like a factory tobacco brown. He got new door handles. I'm sorry, not door handles, window rollers.
Also, I wanted to tell you something. So this is definitely not sponsored. The gasket kit for the windows, all of them, the inside, the outside, and these. You know, so many times you hear people, they buy stuff from somewhere and you really never know if the product was good.
Yeah.
The kit from LMC was very good, and it was very reasonable.
And it did both doors, and it was like, what, 60 bucks or something?
$59. It was 20. It wound up being $83 or $84. But the kit from LMC, I highly recommend it.
Okay, so LMC did the door channeling, and that was a good kit. So he didn't buy new door panels. He just painted these, and they look really good. And he put a new seat in it. So this was the seat that was in it when we bought the truck. This is not a factory seat. It's like quasi bucket seats with like a cup holder dealio in the middle. It just doesn't, and it's also tore up. So he found this seat, and he had it reupholstered, and it came out good. A nice tobacco brown to match the door panels. That one's painted, and just cleaned up the interior, and you know, made it run right, and it looks good on the inside. So that's what he did to this one.
So anyway, just to let you know, I didn't come up with this myself. I seen a guy do it, and you know, when you shut these Chevy truck doors, they never shut. They never shut completely. So I seen a guy that he had a fix for them. And all it is just PEX pipe. And all you do, you just take it and you cut it the width of this, and you put a little slit in it, and you put it over there, because the doors absolutely, literally would not shut in this truck.
The strikers were out.
Yeah, and so now, that's how good they shut now. They would not shut like that before.
Do it again. Hear how it shuts and it doesn't make any noise?
Yeah, it just...
The windows don't rattle. Shuts right.
So anyway, if you guys might already know it, but I guess I never thought about it, never paid any attention to it, but because that was a common problem all through the time you ever owned these Chevy trucks. You'd shut the door and they wouldn't completely shut. They'd hit and they wouldn't shut. So you just put this on there and it's just a little 1/2-inch piece of PEX pipe. I bought a whole length of it at Lowe's for $4.
And then my dad's also done a few things on the 60 El Camino. He sent off the door panels and seat to have them redone. So here's the door panels. They look really good. New armrests, put the door handles back on. Everything looks good. Had the seat redone. Yeah, looks really nice. He put new kick panels in it, so it all meshes together.
Don't pay attention to the carpet.
Yeah, the carpet is a work in progress. So yeah, this is really, really nice. Now you can actually drive it and be comfortable. So this is Novely Rose Blades. She was born on April 7th. She was 8 pounds, 3 ounces. 310 to be exact. They said 309, but I looked at the clock and I saw 310, so.
Yeah, they said 309.
Daddy's girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's sleeping right now.
Yeah, she's a good sleeper.
Yeah, she's been a good baby. She's healthy. You know, everything is good. Just been, you know, focused on trying to raise her. Feed, diaper, sleep. That's what's been going on. Yeah. Feed, diaper, sleep. Just any combination of those things. But she's been good.
Mm-hmm.
Got her little socks. She's got this little V right here that they said goes away.
They call it a stork bite.
Yeah, they call it a
Stork bite birthmark.
stork bite birthmark. She's got
Angel kiss birthmark.
what?
Or an angel kiss birthmark.
Oh, or an angel kiss. So she's got one here, and they said she's got one on the back of her head that I've never seen.
Back of her neck.
Keeping us up at night a little bit, but that's all right.
Keeping me up at night.
Yeah. So there she is. Made me a dad, and then made this guy a grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to even think. I can't imagine.
You can't wrap your brain around it.
Yeah, I can't. That's my dad. It's hard to think of my dad as grandpa, and then me as dad, and Emily as mom. It's weird to think about that. But she's actually the first grandbaby on both of our sides, right? She's the first of the next generation on both sides of our family.
First great grandchild too. She's got great grandparents.
Yeah, first great grandchild.
First grandchild.
Yeah.
First child.
Yeah.
She's definitely a princess.
We both predicted she would come out with hair because we both have thick hair, and it's dark. So she did come out with hair. Some babies don't, but she did, which I kind of suspected.
But I think she looks like Travis.
You think she looks like me?
I do.
I don't know. Some people, like Emily says that she has my eyes, and then I think she has Emily's nose.
Yeah.
But it's just hard to tell.
She's a daddy's girl.
And she's just knocked out to the world.
She's knocked out, yeah. I do think she's got my fingers, though. That's what
You're
I think
right.
everybody said that. She's got long fingers, you know?
Long fingers.
Long, skinny fingers. I think that comes from me. She's already kind of tall.
Yeah.
Hope she
doesn't
gets the
fit-
height genes.
Yeah, she doesn't fit into some of like her newborn outfits.
Yeah.
Like, she's too long for them. She can't fully extend her legs.
Maybe she'll be 6 foot.
Maybe.
Like me.